Welcome to Tobar's Realm. Today I am going to start the process of repurposing this old writing desk. I have no idea how old it is, but it's been in our family for a long time and I've had it for a while and I just don't have anything to do with it. And I don't want to go throw it away. I don't want to give it away. So I'm going to repurpose it into a treasure chest, like a pirate treasure chest. And this is pretty cool because it's got like the leather on top. It's gotten dusty because I was sanding in here earlier, but so what I'm thinking is that these drawers have a real nice curve to them already. But I think if I adjust that angle a little and then attach the other side to it, I can make that kind of traditional curved top on a treasure chest. And look here, we even got a Nerf dart in there. Well, I got the base all disassembled. Just been sticking it in the empty drawers here, but I'm going to have to transfer that to this box so that I can disassemble the drawers. Got a bunch of the paneling, and the top piece is leaning up there and over in the other place there. So transfer this to the box and start disassembling those drawers. Well, I got all those drawer fronts cut, so they are ready to move on to the next stage of making the lid. Well, I finished gluing and I just got it stuck up on that little block. Just kind of sizing it up here. I think it kind of looks like a turtle shell. Have the trim that was from the sides of the desk that I think I can use on the corners. If I notch those kind of like that, just make it a little bigger on each side, then this panel can fit into that, and that will give me the length I need in order to finish that corner out. Plus it'll make a nice trim piece for the edge. So I think I'm going to go take them over to a table saw and essentially cut it like that, widen that out a little bit, add one on this side so that this can fit inside of it, because I'm going to cut these little tabs off, and then that will fit inside of that slot. Alright, well, I ran them all through the table saw, got that notch cut in each side of there, and that's the right thickness for this to fit in there nice. So I think next I will cut all these little tabs off of the drawer pieces where they were interlocked, just to square them up. Alright, so I got this kind of put together a little, and I think I'm going to raise the side from the bottom by about 1 inch, and then I'm going to use this trim that was off the desk too, and I'm going to cut that out so that it will fit in kind of like that along the bottom. Alright, well, I got the inside of the lid done pretty much. Alright, well, I got those corners sanded down. I just used a belt sander and ground it down till it was smooth. I'll fine tune it by hand some point in the future, but it worked pretty decently. So this is essentially pretty much complete. Alright, well, I've been working on the sides and the front of the bottom part. This is the side where it'll be 2 pieces, and then the front and back is 1 solid piece, but I'm going to put a strip of trim across that. I got these cut and sized and sanded and all good to go. And everything is matching as far as lengths and everything, so that's good. Alright, I got the front and back finished gluing. I just put a piece of paper towel in between there, so when I take it apart and it sticks to it, I can just sand that off. Won't be a problem. So now I need to try and get it set up where I can clamp the side pieces in place while I glue them and try to keep it as square as possible. So I'm going to start doing that. So I just made a little frame here so it'll hold it square while I glue it. Just tack those down. And so I'm going to get the glue in there. Unfortunately, it's all going to drip to the bottom, but I'll put the paper towel under it to absorb that so it doesn't stick down to the wood below it. And then glue it and cross my fingers. Well, it's starting to look like a treasure chest. Coming along pretty good. Got the inside bottom gluing now. Well, I got a bunch of these made, just about enough for all the corners. And now I'm just going to go back and clean up the edges with a file. And I got some synthetic steel wool that I bought this a long time ago, and I never really cared for it, but it's working good for just cleaning up the copper, get some of that little stuff off. So continue cleaning this stuff up. Alrighty, well, I got all the copper parts sized the way I want them. They're not attached yet, but I think it's time to move back to the box itself and sand it down and get it stained and get these holes drilled. And then while the stain is drying and stuff, I can work on where I'm going to put the holes to mount all this stuff. That took forever. Well, I started staining and I think that color looks great. Just going to apply it and wipe off the extra and let it dry overnight. Alright, well, I finished the second coat with that red chestnut, and then I just went around with this true black using a little tiny paintbrush, and then just did it right along the edges of the trim, and then used a paper towel to feather it out a little bit. So I've been thinking about those copper rivets I want to mount on the lid, And I've been working on getting these pennies ready to go to use as the copper burr. But they're a little too small, so I was thinking maybe I could use these pieces from the hardware from the drawer. They got these cool little decorated pieces here. I would just need to remove that part that holds the screw backing. So what I did is I drilled that out, so I ended up with just the flat part with the hole in it. I ended up soldering it from the backside on one of those little discs. And I think that's a pretty good idea. Then I'm still using the original hardware from the desk, and they're a little bit bigger. I think they might be bronze, I'm not sure. Brass maybe, I'm not sure what they're made out of, but they did solder. So I think I'm going to do that instead. I wasted quite a bit of time working on these, but that's okay. I think this is a better idea anyway. Go. I'll go around and do the rest. Well, that went pretty well. No issues. They all settled flush with the lid, so that's good. I got all the holes drilled for the base pieces. The ones pointing downward, I did all small ones to do nails, and then the side ones will be the alternating with the nails and the false rivets. Got the first piece put on. Turned out pretty good, I think. A little bit of a bubble here, but continue on with the rest of the base. Well, I've been continuing on. I got all of the bottom done all the way around. Got those front little pieces in, and around the top of the bottom. Then just got these on the bottom of the top. So far so good. So now I'm going to start on the front of the top. Well, things have been coming along nicely. Just been making some steady progress. Got a lot of the copper done. I did run out of the little rivets, but I got it all ready to go on here. I ordered some that should be coming in the next few days. Alright, well, the lid, at least the copper trim on the lid is done. Got all those rivets and stuff installed for those straps across the top. I also went and added a little trim piece here with this rivet. It's a larger size that just seemed like a spot that needed a little bit of something there. So now I'm moving on to get the handles. And this is a plate I want to put underneath the handle footprint itself. Well, I got those little plates mounted to attach the handle. So I'm just going to drill some pilot holes for those screws and get it on there. Alright, well, I got these little back plates attached for the hinges. Got that centered on that piece that goes down the inside. And then getting ready to attach this one. I just got it squared with the top like that. And then I'm about to drill the pilot holes for this. This one's off just a little, but it'll be fine. Alright, got those mounted. They're pretty close to center line with those. And now it's alive! Alright, all done. It turned out really good. Also bought this little antique type lock to go with it. Thanks for watching. Till next time.